Now let's go with our father. You, our dear brother, Mr. Emmanuel, you get the microphone. Talking about self-discipline, especially as parents, how can we really convey or really teach our children self-discipline?
It's really important to be a positive model parent. Children learn more from what parents do than what they say. But in that situation, we have to keep promises, manage time, and stay calm. Children will learn the same. And another thing the parent should do is you have to show discipline and habit like reading, working, or saving money. Second of all, it's really important to set clear rules and expectations. It's really important because children behave better when they know exactly what is allowed or not to do. We have to use simple and consistent rules. And like Ms. Stephanie said, we have to explain why the rule exists, not just because I said so. We have to explain. For example, if you say to your children you have to put torch away after playing, you should say safe and clean. You have to explain that. It's really important. Your torch should be clean and safe. And the last one I wanna add is fully quit routine. It's really important for children at the beginning to create routine that help the children grow up with habits without confusion. For example, in the morning you have to wash, dress, or eat breakfast. You have to study or reading every day. At bedtime, you have to go to sleep, or you have to go to bed at 8. You have to go. This is the rule of the house. I don't want to be long, teacher Michael. This is my program.
Yes, congratulations, our dear brother and the father as well. Mrs. Stanley, we're gonna go with you.
Okay. Thank you. And what are some effective ways parents can teach self-discipline, to their children? First of all, I do want, to congratulate Mr. Emmanuel and my dear, Steffi. They almost said everything, about that thing. And the only thing that, I just want, to highlight, everything that you want to teach your child, you need starting first by yourself. You need to be, the example. For example, you want your child, to be a great person. You need to be first a great person so that your child, can, you know, analyze that thing and, project himself as you because it is you as their parents your child spend almost all their life with you and we can say as well that a child is a great observer. They observe and analyze everything their parents do. And as a parent, you want your child to discipline himself. First start by disciplining yourself, and after your child will take you as an example. And after you can try as my dear friend Mr. Emmanuel said, you can try to raise some bar. You can want something from your child like good grades, but the thing is you need to start by yourself first. And after that, as they said, charities come at home. Everything that you want the how the world to see in you, you need to entail yourself that thing. It's the same for because there is I think that there is a saying that said the tree doesn't fall from the apple doesn't fall from the tree, like father like son. If you see that you have a disrespectful child, it is because you are disrespectful. And then once you start being a respectful person, and then the world will be respectful for you. It's the same thing. Everything that you want to teach your children, everything that you want to instill them, you need to start first by yourself, and after that, them they will take you as an example. And about the third question, my dear teacher Michael, I don't know if it will be possible, to say something.
Do it, brother.
The third one.
Do it.
Yeah, can you show me the screen? How it was? Okay, thank you. How can self-discipline help with time management? First of all, guy, time management is when you spend your time wisely. And then you can spend your time wisely without discipline. It's like, you said, tomorrow I will make I will make, the best of use of my time. You plan your day, your day-to-day life. You plan everything that you will try to do in a day. But the only thing that will help you, to achieve it, to run through all the item, that you got in your agenda, if it is you apply, discipline. Without discipline, even though that you plan your day, will not be able, to manage your time well. And as Miss, Anna mentioned before, time management and discipline go hand in hand. Without discipline, you will not be able, to manage your time. It's like, you want to achieve your goal. You want to double or even triple, your productivity, your outcome. You want to get there without personal organization, without discipline, you will not be able to get there. It is because you apply discipline in your life, that is, you will be able to prioritize your task. You will be able to know what is the most important thing that I should do in my day. What is the thing that if I'm doing it right now can really change my life. Without it, we will not be able to be a really time managing person. Is it for that reason you can hear that a lot of successful people mention that discipline is the key, to lasting success possible. Without it, you will not be able, to manage your time well. Yeah, there are some people, they say that I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do that, I'll do this, someday, but they never get there. It is because they don't apply discipline. Once they apply discipline, they are so committed, to their goals, nothing can stop them. It's like they are already being successful because they act as a winner. Because winner always make progress, and to make progress you need self-discipline. Without discipline, you will always postpone things. And then if you always postpone things, you will not be able to double your income. You'll not be able to double or triple your productivity or to get things done. It's the only thing that can help to get there is discipline. Discipline in itself is the thing that help you, as well to manage your time, to sit down, take you back and say, no, right now I messed it up. I make a lot of mistakes in my life. I don't want, to move on. And thank you, my dear teacher. I know I take a lot of time, but thank you.
No, no, it's okay, brother. I really congratulate and take you. The club is for you guys, even though sometimes it's kind of really difficult to have time like to really take advantage of this beautiful like event. Miss
Thank
Steffi.
you, thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, I will be short in this question because it's just the difference. It's about self-control. Is like the guy said before me. It's immediate reaction to a circumstance. But you have to do something. You have to maintain self-control. I say no, I won't do it. It's like you go somewhere, maybe at a restaurant, and you eat, and they offer you dessert. You say no, I don't want it. It's an immediate reaction. It's a short term comfort or take a easy way out. You just say no.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, like the guy said, self-discipline is require a long-term response that require building habits. This is
Mhm.
why consistency is become short-term is for self-control. It's a reaction right now. I'll skip. Meanwhile, self-discipline is it's an action, continue action. You do it. I
Mhm.
have to read consistent. You have to be consistent in that. I have to save money. You have to be consistent. It's a long term goal. It's not
Mhm.
something short. And another thing I want to add about the same thing is controlling negative impulses, self control. Why? On the other hand, self discipline is enacting a positive plan or consistency. Yes, you have to say yes to yourself. You have to go to the gym. Yes, even though you don't feel like it. What we define at the beginning. Even though you don't feel like it, you have to do it. This is what self discipline is about. The second part is about have self discipline have a physical effect or mental effect. Yeah, like I said at the beginning in one of my comments, when you achieve something, you feel good, you feel happy. That have a direct impact in your physical, even too in your mental health. When you know you have to do something and you do it, you have more respect for yourself. You see yourself in another light. This is why self-discipline is important. Mentally, when you know you have to do something, it's like your mind, okay, I have to read. You see, during the day, your mind gonna say, you have to read. But that have a direct effect to your mental health. Because when you know you achieve something at the end of the day, when you lay down in your bed, you look at the ceiling, you see your face, you're smiling. Because what you're planning to do during the day, you did it. And sometimes it was a lot. You say, oh, I can do it. But when you feel you do it, you feel like you're good. Physically, even though you're exhausted, but you feel happy because you accomplished what you plan to do. That have on sometimes you can have when you have self-discipline, you have a I can say a positive effect physically, both and mentally. That's my answer.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Because the question was not easy. It was not easy. It's a kind of simple, not because you say you what I'm gonna say because it's the same I said everything. You know, you have to use your brain, just your knowledge and wisdom as well to get opportunity to talk about difficult stuff. Let's go really quick. Stay, Manuel.
Okay, thank you, teacher Michael. And I just want to add something about it. Self-discipline is the ability to consistently do what you need to do in order to achieve long-term goals, even if difficult or don't feel motivated. This is like the other guy always said, it's a long-term success habit or routine. And the key point we have to we have to do what is necessary, not what is easy. For example, if I decide to study every morning for 1 hour in order to improve future opportunities, and have to keep doing it every day. And self-control means the ability to manage our emotion and immediate desires, especially when facing temptation, short-term action in the moment. But we have to do something that will again your value goals. But you have to avoid checking social media while studying, or even you really want to. And about the last part, it's really important to practice self-discipline, especially for our body and our mental health. For our body, for example, it's really important to exercise. You say to yourself, you have to wake up every morning to exercise, but you're gonna spend maybe some 30 minutes or 1 hour. But even though you can feel exhausted, but you have to do it because you know it's really important for our body. And for our mind, when you set a goal, like a big goal, you work on it every day, but at the end of the day, you feel relief because you just do it. But if you still procrastinate on it, but at the end of the day, you can feel frustrated. For that reason, it's really important. You can feel peacefully when you do what you have to do every day. Thank you, teacher.
Congratulations, my dear brother. Mr. Manuel, let's go, please, Mr. Stanley.
Yeah, thank you, my dear teacher. Thank you once again. You hear me well?
Really well, brother.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Show me the screen, please. Yeah, what is the difference between self-discipline and self-control? For me, I don't think there is a great, differences between, self-discipline and self-control. I think that, self-control is part of self-discipline because self-control is the ability you have to control yourself and your action, control what you say and do, and ensure that your behaviors are consistent with your long-term goals. It's the same thing, without self-discipline you will not be able to control yourself, to control with action, which action that you want to take that will put you upward towards your goal. It is like when you control yourself, that means you use or you practice self-discipline. And after that, uh, the only fine line between self-discipline and self-control, it is because self-discipline as inside of him self-mastery, self-control as well, and self-denial and delay gratification. And the other thing that I do want to say, and about the second part of the question, how can self-discipline affect the physical and mental health? It is a personal experience, guys. For example, if I wake up, in the morning, I get up on my wrong feet, I'm in the mad mood, and then I don't want, to do anything. In that case, I just feel sad. But once I just open, my notebook, for example, if I plan, to read, and then it seems like, my brain will release, dopamine. I feel, so much better, after, reading a couple of the books. It is because the action that I've taken, it is consistent, with my behavior that can really help me, move forward with my life. And after that, I will feel energized. I feel like I can tackle any issue because I know that during the day I did something that can really help me, moving forward with my life. I did something that I know that is called that is something that I call, my best use of time. because the thing that I'm doing or the thing that I've done is something that can really help me, with my language, that can really help me, to better myself when it comes to speaking English. It's the same thing, guys. Once you accept, to do something that is, consistent, with your long-term objective, you will feel happy. And the only thing that can get you there, the only thing that can have that can give you that thing is self-discipline. It's when you are committed, to do anything every day that is consistent or that is in harmony with your long-term goals. You will feel happy. You will feel like you're energized. You can tackle any issue. You will feel in the good mood, to talk with someone. I don't know if that thing, already happened to you guys. To wake up in a bad mood. You get off on your wrong foot, and then someone try, to approach you, to talk to you, and then you react badly. You react in a bad way, to that person. It is because you wake up in a bad mood. But once you switch your mentality to a good one, to a positive one, and then you take some action, that is in harmony, with your long-term goals. If someone approach you in the same day, you will have a different, approach, to that person. It is because you know that you have done something that is really meaningful to you, that can help you, to realize your dream. I think it's all, and take your teacher.
Congratulations, my dear brother, Mr. Stanley, and I really congratulate all of you, dear guys, who had opportunity to say things about the question number 5.
Thank you for the last opportunity. I really like the comment of Mr. Manuel. But one thing I want to add about this question is how to improve it is creating a structure routine. When it's goal, but there is routine also.
Mhm.
When you have a routine, like we have a to-do list, we can do that. That can help you to improve self-discipline. Another thing I really like when I was preparing this part is practice emotional regulation. Sometimes, like Mr. Sunday said in the first comment, when you're in the bad mood, you don't feel like doing anything. Your goal can be broken. Achievement will be disabled because if you're mentally you're not okay, you're not feeling. Sometimes even I can read a chapter and I read it again because my mind wasn't in it because I was in the bad mood and I just read it. But I say I didn't learn anything about it. I just read it again because my mind wasn't. But it's better you do it. That's why
Mhm.
you're gonna keep your routine than not doing anything. Just lay down, but think about negative emotion, negative thinking that will not lead you nowhere. But when you know how to manage your emotion, it will not drive your action. You acknowledge your feeling without letting you control you. You know, okay, I'm in a bad mood. Yo, I'm stressed. But you don't let it drive you away from your goal. Like I said, even though I'm not feeling a good mood, I read anyway because I know I have to read. Even though I'm gonna read the chapter again, but I read it because I know today, okay, I read. I didn't learn, it's okay. But I stick to my goal for the day. I have to read this chapter and I've done it.
Mhm.
And another thing you're gonna say will gonna help you improve is track your progress. When you track your progress, you'll say, okay, I have a problem. I read, but I cannot make a summary. I'll say, okay, I'm gonna try next time to make a summary. And I try it. And I listen it to myself. I say, okay, that's good. Reward yourself. When you track your progress and you reward yourself, that's when you acknowledge your progress. You acknowledge your, okay, I'm learning English. I'm bad at pronunciation, but I have a red who is beating me. But when I said it well, I reward myself. I laugh, I smile because I know I do something right. When we did that, that's gonna help you to keep improving and improving. If someone keeps talking negatively about themselves, you cannot make any progress. The self-discipline don't want that. Self-discipline want us to be positive. Self-discipline gonna help us to say we can do it. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna keep doing it. That's why I like about this question. Thank you, sir.
Mhm. Congratulations, my beautiful Steffi. You did a really good job. Not only in that question, but you did a really good job during 3 hours we spent together I will thank you and congratulations. Mr. Stanley, you get the microphone, open it and say the last words, please,
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
question 6.
Thank you one more time, my dear teacher Michael. And I don't want to congratulate my dear friend, Mr. Emmanuel, because he said everything that I want to say, but me, I'll try to say it in other way. And what are some good ways, that a person can improve their self-discipline? Me, I think that, it's something that I try, to teach people. I try, to highlight people too. It's to take yourself back, ask yourself, a couple of questions. Because, sometimes we pick up something, it is because we got a friend that, learned that thing. And because of that, we just want, to learn it. When you start by asking yourself a couple of questions, why I want to speak English, it is because that I want to improve my career. It is because that I just want to have a better life. And after being clear about the question, about those questions, after everything is crystal clear, now you can sit down, you take a sheet of paper, you write down your goals. You write a clear path, because sometimes the fact that we get lost in the learning process, it is because we are lost in the learning process. We don't know which path to take. We don't know which path will get us where we want us to go. We don't know which path to take when the dark moment come, because the dark moment will come to you, because you don't you are not on earth to live a normal life where everything is okay for you. When the tough get going, you need to stand there. You need to stand for yourself. The fact that you have sit down and then you set up some clear path, you set up some clear plans, that means you project yourself into the future, and then you get back to the present moment with something that is clear, that is crystal clear. Even though something bad happened to you, even though some adversities, you face some adversities, but you will still have your head straight toward your goals. You will keep your chin up, you will still hang in there. It is because you have a clear path. Despite being frustrated, about the situation, despite being, you know, helpless, despite having, some helpless friend, you will still, go straight to your path because you have a clear path in front of you. I remember something that happened to me. It is a personal experience that I do want, to share with you guys. It's like, sometimes I feel frustrated about myself because I feel stuck in the learning process. And I can't find, somebody, just to practice. The thing happens to me, the fact that I've been frustrated it is because, I associate my goal with some partners, English partners. If I don't find someone, to practice, I'll do anything. I'll keep, searching for people just to practice and say, no, I can't keep up like this. I can't, give someone else, the responsibility for my own dream. I need to be responsible, for my own situation. And then I resolve whether I find someone, to practice or not. I will keep doing something that is worthwhile, that can really help me, to move forward. And then just, I just do such as I could that can really help me. It's the same thing, guys. If you really want, to improve your self-discipline, if the goals are too big, for you, to realize, as my dear friend Mr. Manuel said, just bring it down into small pieces, and every day resolve, to take a piece of bite, and then by doing so, your behavior are inconsistent with your long-term goals, and then you will feel happy, and your self-discipline will be improved, because at that time you really do something that really help you, to move forward. You will feel happy, and then you will feel like you walk in the air, because what, now you're working on something that is not procrastination, that is not something low value, but that is something that is high value, and can really help you where you want to go. That can really help you, or that can really put you under the highlight. I think it's all, and thank you, my dear teacher Michael. Thank you a lot, and I just hope that one day we will have the same club, because that club is on fire. I will like everything, teacher Michael, and I learn a lot as well. Thank you a lot, dear teacher.
So thank you a million, my dear brother, from another mother, you, my dear brother, Mr. Stanley. I really thank you. And I really congratulate all of you dear folks